This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. If you're enjoying Harry Potter and the Boys, make sure you get a bit of bonus content over on the Patreon where you get full videos and about 5 minutes extra at the top of the show. It's patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Sign up now, support the show. We're an independent podcast here, so we need as much help as we can get. Patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Let's get into today's show. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 3 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Dementors from Azkaban. Hello, Amores, everyone.
Help.
Welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fanficky potty by me, Radio Mikey, and we're on book 3, Harry Potter and the Dementors from Azkaban, and guess who's back? It's Sammy G.
Yeah, well, not by, not consensually. Mike just had me in a headlock for the start of that.
I wouldn't call it a headlock.
You were trying to hug me, but
I'd call it a warm embrace.
Yes, but
like
then
I had my arm around.
Yes, but then when I tried to resist, you kind of went in for the choker hold, and it was uncomfortable.
Hey, you know what I just thought of? You're like Sammy G, right? But like, you know how Osher Ginsburg started as Andrew G?
Yeah.
Do you reckon one day you'll be like Sasha G or something?
Yeah, once I go back to Sasha Garlipsberg.
Sasha Garlipsberg.
Sasha Garlipsberg, my real name.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you?
Garlip is, I think, 200 years ago-ish, was German.
Okay, yeah.
So before all the,
Yeah.
we had nothing to do with all the...
Oh, right. So we had a terrible, for the Patreons, we had a quick Patreon. We do about 2 minutes before the show for Patreons only. And we entered some murky territory there, and we're already into the same murky territory.
No,
here.
I was talking about World War II.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
But like it's a similar
oh yeah, I guess.
You wouldn't joke about that kind of territory. Yeah, well,
if the time's right.
Sam can joke about anything.
Yeah, well, I'm German. but before all that.
Welcome back, man. Good
it was a sinking shit we got out. Anyway, so great to be back, Mikey.
Yeah.
Thanks for having. You know how I usually sometimes on the way here I quickly listen to the end of, or like listen to like the last episode.
Yeah, but you were on you lived the last.
Yeah, I know,
episode.
but I just forget. Anyway. Then if
you wonder how important this is to Sam, it's like as soon as he leaves my apartment, he's forgotten the entire premise of the episode.
Well, that's funny because then I just on the way here, I just pressed play on this episode, and I was listening, and then I kind of got to the end, and I was like, God, that sounds very familiar, and I realized I was listening to it was like episode 8 or 9.
As in from this season?
Yeah. So I was trying to listen to last week's episode to jog my memory, and I listened to an episode from like 4 weeks ago.
Oh, right. What was it? What happened on that episode? I'm going to take my corduroy jacket off while you explain it.
Okay. Why?
It's just a bit hot in here.
Me and Mike are wearing the same corduroy shirt / jacket.
Well, Sam came in wearing his, and then I was like, oh, I've got that too, so I put it on. But now I'm too hot, and the joke's not as funny. But yeah, sorry, you were saying what happened in the chapter?
Well, now, once I realized it was irrelevant, I got
deleted it from
my mind. Now that was when it was Diagon Alley and Nocturne Alley and Squid and John Mooney were playing.
Totem tennis. Yeah. Hey, here's
and you couldn't stop laughing at when you got when in the book you wrote Chalk Washington instead of Boxley Washington.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Lockie's dad called the minister Chalk Washington, instead of Boxley Washington.
Yeah.
But is that a clue?
Could be his nickname.
Chalk. How do you get Boxley from chalk?
Don't know.
Boxing, boxing ring, ring on your finger, hand, chalkboard, chalk.
Okay. I like that you went to chalk, then back to chalkboard, then back to chalk again. Like, no, that first chalk didn't feel right.
Okay.
Sorry, we should do something more structured for the people here.
I have a tidbit about
great.
Harry Potter because we're getting to the end of the Goblet of Fire audiobook, which has been really great to revisit. They cut so much out of the movie, but you know what? I don't know if you remember in that book, but at the end, like in the movie, you just sort of find out that Barty Crouch Jr. was posing as Mad-Eye Moody.
Yeah.
But in the book, there's this whole backstory about how he got out of Azkaban. His dad, his mum took his place. They polyjuice potioned and swapped, and then he was living with his dad in secret. And his dad had him under the Imperius curse, so he wouldn't like go out on his own to find Voldemort and stuff. Like all of that.
Oh my god,
lots of interesting backstory. But
that's crazy.
Here's the tidbit I want to bring up. It is always mentioned in Harry Potter that like Azkaban prison is like the most secure, impossible to escape place in the wizarding world. Like if you get sent there, you're never getting out. But again, throughout the books, multiple people get out and escape from Azkaban in ways that seem like they would have safeguards against it.
Yeah.
Like Sirius gets out because he transforms into a dog and the Dementors can't sense non-humans, right? Seems like a pretty big oversight.
Because there are a few, and it's not that common to be an animagus, but there are a few. Well, it's not that common, except there's 4. They're all in year 9 together.
Yeah.
But like
exactly. Like, you know, when I was in year 9, you know, kids would, you know, go out on the holidays and smoke weed and stuff. And that would be like the bad thing you'd be doing.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, James Potter and his friend was just like, hey, yeah, we're learning how to transform into animals. Don't tell anyone. We could go to jail.
Yeah. But if we go to jail, we'll just get out by transforming into animals.
Just turn into a rat. Yeah. But like, and then polyjuice potion. Like you would think, and it implies there's no human guards at Azkaban, which I think is true. So like, it's just like, oh yeah, the Dementors will take care of it. And they're like, why are people escaping from Azkaban?
Actually sounds quite low security, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially in a world where like, okay, you're right, there's not many animaguses, but we know in this world that some people can turn into animals.
Yes.
As a form of like disguise and stuff.
Yes, it feels like there'll be a high concentration of people who are quite nefarious who do it.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
And I think we've never gotten to the bottom of whether, or have we? How difficult is it to make polyjuice potion?
Yeah.
Because it seems it's quite common in the books.
It's quite common. Like it's a very good, like often J.K. Rowling uses polyjuice potion as like then this is how they did it, right? And a lot of dilemmas come up with polyjuice potion, but also like, can you just buy it at a shop? Or is it like illegal?
Maybe it's like vaping. Technically, it's illegal, but
everyone does it.
Yeah, everyone does it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's weird. Like, yeah, Azkaban feels like the easiest prison to escape if you have magic.
Yeah,
like like you wouldn't think that. Like, Barty Crouch's mum is like, hey, let's get him out of prison and it's like, how? We'll just use polyjuice. Oh yeah. Like, how would more people not think that?
Exactly. They'd all be like, hey, can you get someone on the outside, polyjuice them?
Yeah.
Drug them.
Do a swapperoo. Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah. Anyway.
What? I mean, it must be pretty bad if they're wanting to get people out of Azkaban. Like, what do they do? Do you reckon they have time in the yard and do little exercises and the games and
at
stuff?
Azkaban?
Yeah.
I think they're just like they just stay in their cells the whole time.
Wow.
That's what Sirius would say. Like, I just was in my cell.
Just 24-hour isolation.
Yeah. For the worst
cell.
crimes.
You're not hanging out with, you're not forming little gangs, you and Bellatrix, and you don't get to do that?
I don't think so.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it sucks.
They play basketball, pick up basketball with just all the other wizards. I don't know, I just think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'll be all right. Hey, you said you've got some audio to bring to the show.
Oh, these were Harry Potter fans I found in the wild on breakfast TV in Australia.
Oh, interesting. I actually watched a movie the other night called Booksmart, and they talk about Harry Potter a bit in that. Have you seen it? Good movie.
No. This, I don't even know how to describe what this is. It's like there was must have been in Melbourne where we live. No, not in Melbourne, or maybe there was like a Harry Potter fan zone or something like that.
Yeah.
And then these are people that I'm not sure if they're fans or they work there, but this was just on my TV. And I was like, what? I didn't know what was
What show is it?
Sunrise.
Oh, this is Sunrise, which is the breakfast show on Channel 7.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to play the whole thing to you all, and let's just assess what the freaking hell we're about to watch.
Yeah, cool.
Just people in house costumes.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
19, Darwin, Sunny and 34. Okay, let's hand it over and let's hear the song.
Gryffindor, ready to roll. Hook, hook, in our claw. Down, proud, pounce. Pass it to Slytherin.
Slytherin, let's begin. Cross, open, front, side. Slytherin down, brush, snap. Pass it to Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw, hear my call. Wing, ravens in the sky. Glide back down, funky flight. Pass it to Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff, stretch your stop, in, out, down, hands on your heart, huffle, shuffle, puff, pass it to Sam Mac.
Yes, I'm gonna sing a song, with my sunrise wand. But I think we've had enough of that, so I'll just throw back to Sherbo and Nat.
Wow.
So what the Hufflefuck was that? These are people trying to advertise, hey, come to our Harry Potter installation.
And they do this. Yeah. What does that feel like? It's not officially, like there's no official Harry Potter, like it's not an official thing. Do you know what I mean?
No, of course not. I mean, if anyone that actually had any ownership of Harry Potter IP would be like,
not let that happen.
This cannot go to air. They're probably being sued right now.
Even Sam Mack, the presenter, goes, I think we've had enough of that. I'm just going to go over here.
So the other part, like, I don't know. They're like, we're going to do a song. Take away the song. Wasn't a song.
Yeah, it was like a weird rap cheerleader chant.
Schlam poetry.
Yeah.
It didn't even rhyme.
No.
It was half cheerleader, half... I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
Slam poetry,
like
stomp the yard.
School sports day house chant.
And it was halfway between chanting and then just describing what they were doing.
Yeah.
Then it's like...
Hand in the air, hand by my side, up, down.
Ravenclaw. Like, what?
That is so weird.
And then they're like, Gryffindor, claw. I mean, that's not me. That's Ravenclaw. But moving on.
But then
Elbow.
Ravenclaw mentioned ravens in the air. And Ravenclaw... Actually, the symbol for Ravenclaw is an eagle, isn't it? Oh. It's not to do with ravens.
That's true.
It's just the name.
Wow.
It's the name claw.
Yeah. It's just
That's
Rowena's
so weird.
last name.
Yeah. That is so weird. I'm glad you brought that to
I'm
the
really
show.
glad I brought that because I think I said I found it a couple of weeks ago and I didn't have it. But like, I was just like, how can this go unnoticed?
Yeah.
How can this just go on to television and people just go, yeah, sure.
But I guess all the parents are like, oh yeah, that's Harry Potter. Like fucking made up words and stupid dances and shit. Yeah.
Slytherin, let's begin. I'm like, shut up. Let's end it.
Let's end now. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh my God. I actually was a bit like, you know what? I'm glad Voldemort tried to kill everyone.
Okay.
Start with these guys.
I think it's time to get on to the double F.
Forgot.
I've got the Mac over here. Oh no, I'll tell you next week something on the Patreon feed because I can't talk about it publicly,
okay.
but it's I had to send a chapter of the fanfic to someone. Well, maybe I'll just tell you, but I'll bleep out what it actually is for the listeners. Like you'll still make sense. So because I'm they were like, hey, what are some like things about yourself? And I was like, I hope you don't mind. I was like, me and my friend do this Harry Potter podcast. When I was a kid, I wrote this fan fiction and now we read it out, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, oh, that's so awesome. Can you, could you actually send me like an excerpt? The weirder, the better.
Oh, fuck.
So I can show it. Which is great.
You can bleep that out as well?
I might bleep some of that out because then it'll be pretty obvious. Yeah. And then he wrote back like, what the fuck did I just read? That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You certainly had a wild imagination when you were a kid.
Wow.
So yeah, that was funny, and people will find out more about that soon.
So even though Mike's bleeped it, I will just say what he was saying was he had to show it to the Royal Commission. He's being investigated, and he was the head investigator. And so he will be going to jail.
So so this might be the last episode. We pick up at chapter 12. I believe at the end of chapter 11, you wouldn't know because you didn't listen to it.
Oh, Monsieur Chargér. Monsieur Chargér.
Monsieur Chargér is the new potions teacher.
That's right.
At Harry Potter World, which is Hogwarts.
I think it's good to get a bit of a, jog the memories.
Yeah.
everyone.
And then I think what happened, they thought it was going to be Dean Thomas or Fuxter Fungorius, but it ended up being Monsieur Chargér. And they were roller skating in and blah, blah, blah. And then
awesome.
Hagrid had a seizure, which actually caused an earthquake on Jupiter.
Yep.
And that's where we pick up at chapter 12.
Yes.
And Sam, we start as always by reading the title of the chapter, which is title. New way of saying title, title.
You're a tattoo. I got him.
Yeah, you got me. And it's chapter 12. Sam, are you ready?
Am I ready? Ready my ass.
Hufflepuff is ready to go.
roll.
Reading their chapter. Roll.
Go.
Sending it over to Sam now.
Take the laptop, ready to bop. Reading the chapter in my elbow. Up. Twist and shout.
All right, well, we start by reading the title of the chapter, Sam. And
How cringe is that? Anyway.
That's cringe.
I felt sick doing that, but it was fun.
Like, I would rather them have read a chapter from this book than do that.
I think Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling would rather have this out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. By the way, patrons will hear the bit uncensored, the bit that I was talking about before. I'll have it uncensored for patrons.
This it's almost like this fan fiction compared to that
dancing
thing is like vaping compared to that other thing.
Smoking.
No,
other
thing we talked about in the Patreon.
Yeah, that's true. Patrons
So,
only.
so they're like, Harry Potter, like, oh yeah.
Patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Sam, take it
away. Chapter 12, Socky Potter.
Ooh. And I think on the cover of the pod, there's Harry with a sock puppet of himself. So this could be, that could be this. We're not sure.
We're not sure.
We couldn't be certain.
It could be about something else.
You never know.
You could have just misspelled cock.
Cocky Potter.
He is a bit cocky, isn't he?
He is in this book. In the original, is a bit shy.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall I begin? No way! Michael yelled as Mr. No way! Michael yelled as Mr. Chargér, or Monsieur Chargér, went back to take his seat with the other teachers. Harry, can't you see? That is Mr. Chargér. He's in disguise. We saw him at Horseshoe Potatoes Wigs and Disguises store. That's why I didn't even pick up that he would have got it from Horseshoe Potatoes. What do you
mean? We saw him go into Horseshoe Potatoes, yeah.
And then he appeared in this chapter in a disguise.
Yeah.
I don't think I was like, oh, he got it from the disguise shop.
I think that was, implied.
It's quite obvious, isn't
But
it?
anyway.
Nonsense, said Harry, gesturing back at Monsieur Chargér, as Cheeseman Damo could be seen putting his hands on his eyes like, this is fucked. Putting his hands on his eye. Oh, yeah.
I think like that.
Yeah, that was really good by you. So it's one hand, really.
This is fucked. Yeah, one hand. Or like, this is fucked.
Yeah, that was
Anyway.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I personally went to France to interview Monsieur Chargér during the holiday period, and I assure you, he lived there with his wife, Mademoiselle Chargér. Hagrid will tell you, he came with me because he wanted to visit Madame Maxine, said Harry.
Is Mademoiselle
Chargér?
What's Mademoiselle and what's Madame?
Oh, it's okay. I mean, we have...
Yeah, but is Mademoiselle married and Madame wouldn't...
Not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
As in Madame Maxine, she wasn't married while Hagrid was trying to hit that.
Don't know. Was she?
Oh.
In Italian, it's signora and signorina. And I think signorina is non-married. And it's like señorita in Spanish and senora.
What's that song?
Señorita, I'm falling for you.
Feel for you.
I think I know what I'm talking about. Can I be with you?
Ladies.
I don't know what you're thinking about. I'm leaving with you.
What a song.
That's a good song. Justin Timberlake has a few bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hate.
No hate for Jay. Also, I've realized while listening to Goblet of Fire, because in this book it's always been spelt as Madame Maxine. It's Madame Maxime
Oh, yeah.
with an M. So I guess
You just change it to Maxine. And then she's like, oh, it's easier. It's just easier.
It's easier. Madam Maxine.
That's so funny. Because now I would have just thought she's... I've been probably going out in the real world saying Maxine.
Yeah, so in HPATB, it's Maxine, Maxin for Nelly, E, but it's actually M for Mary.
M for Melly.
Maxime, M for Melly, smelly. M for smelly without the S.
Yeah. Okay.
So Hagrid came to France.
You also use the wrong there in that sentence.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Find out which one on the Patreon. No,
The possessive. I'll just keep that in.
That's good. I miss Madam Maxine. Big tunnel of a vagina. Big tunnel. Perfect for my large penis. Hagrid muttered. Wow.
I think Hagrid has described her vagina as a tunnel in the past. Vaginas are a bit like tunnels. Tunnels to the uterus. Is that it? Is that how it works?
That's exactly how it works. That's what they teach you in medical school.
Yeah. So think of the vagina as
Like
a
a tunnel.
No, I think it's to the cervix.
And yeah, but there's
I don't know. Someone write in. Clear it up.
you don't need it. That was perfect.
That was it, yeah. Okay.
Monsieur Chargér smiled villainously. Or maybe that was just his normal smile.
Okay.
Now, just one more announcement before you all go to bed and debate yourself to sleep. I know it can be difficult, all being in the same room, but consider trying it out on each other.
It is like that, though, with Harry Potter, because they all sleep in a dorm every night at school.
Yeah.
Are they wanking?
Oh, some of those dirty... You can tell... You know...
Seamus would have been.
Yeah. I reckon Ron would have been.
Yeah, because Ron's probably used to a discreet wank because he probably shares a room with some of his siblings at
So
home
true.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like when are you know?
Whereas... Who else is in there?
I think Harry and Neville definitely not. Way too shy. Harry probably not.
Harry probably did it while everyone was at
Hogsmeade. Just had a wank sesh.
yeah.
Just wanked it all out.
Yep. Okay.
Unclog the drains.
Shall I move on?
Unclog the pipes. Get the basilisk out of there.
So we're getting the move on from our producer.
We're getting the wine tunnel.
Anyway, consider trying this out. I mentioned one of the earlier chapters of this year. I am taking some brand new initiatives to help spice up the school. No one needs to spice up the school in a sexual way. No school board's asking for that.
No. Yeah, we just got to spice the school
how do we
up.
spice it up?
It's too much virginity.
Let's not
Let's
spice
get him
it,
out
yeah.
there. Get Yumi Steins' sex book in there.
Topical.
No one outside of Australia will get that.
This year, I'm taking some brand new initiatives to help spice up the school and make it more fun for you all. And I'd love to introduce you to my brand new friend. Harry moved towards the lectern and appeared to crouch behind it. Suddenly, like a penis floating in the bath, a little hand sock puppet appeared, poking up towards the microphone. A penis floating in the bath.
I feel like that's something... You know what I think about baths? Like... What?
Oh, I'm just waiting for your hot take on baths.
No, I just think often you will see, not non-sexual at all, but you will often see maybe a woman post a photo from the bath, generally of her legs in the bath.
Sure.
And it will be like, so relaxing, on her story or something. So relaxing. Finally get to relax, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Then sometimes you'll see a guy do it and you're like, it's not as alluring, There's something more like, I feel like there's something more alluring about a woman in a bath relaxing than a man in a bath relaxing.
Well, I think the point we argued they're not doing it to be alluring, and of course but also you would find it more alluring as a straight identity.
That's actually true, but don't you think like there's just something elegant about like a woman in the bath?
Elegant,
I guess
yes.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Compared to a man.
I agree. That's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I think when it says like a penis floating in the bath, like I think, if you're a guy and you've had a bath, you're lying in the bath, your penis does kind of just like float to the top. You don't find that?
I can't even remember the last time I had a bath.
Yeah, I've got one at my apartment.
I don't know. I don't think. Do they float?
Yeah, it's like a periscope. It just kind of pokes out. It is. It just kind
Maybe
of goes.
maybe you got an air bubble. Maybe
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
die.
so.
No. I hate
try it
baths.
out. Try
no,
it.
no, I won't because I hate baths.
Why?
I hate them. They're too hot. You
Yeah,
slide around.
It is hard to get the temp right.
What? So, like, I don't know how people relax in them. They're like, oh, I read a book. So you're all wet. Then you try to read a book. Then it's way too hot. I can't last. So I just have to get out straight away. It takes so long to fill up the bath anyway.
Yeah.
Then you're slipping and sliding around.
Yeah.
I'm not relaxing in there.
Yeah, right.
And then one time I was like, oh, I'll put all these like salts in there for like
Epsom salts
Yeah,
and
for
stuff.
like recovery.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And then they didn't dissolve properly, so they're all just on the bottom of the bath. It
Right.
was horrible.
I actually remember.
Horrible. I reckon I spent 30 minutes prepping the bath. I reckon I was in there for about 3.
Yeah, right.
So-
That's not. Yeah, it's a trade off.
Baths are fucked.
I remember at one of the share houses I lived in, my housemate used to have baths, and
Weird.
I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna have a bath," and she was like, "Yeah, you should put a few drops of like essential oils in the water because it like gives it a nice aroma, makes it like nice and refreshing." And I put
But it was radioactive.
no,
And you turned in,
Well-
and that's why your penis floats now. 'Cause
no. So she was like, yeah, just put a couple drops. And I was like, a couple drops? Like, surely you have to put like heaps of drops. So I put heaps of drops in. And then kind of during the bath, realized like there was a weird sensation all over my body. Got out of the bath and the oil had like chemically burned a lot of my skin.
oh
Like,
my God, Mike.
not bad, but it was like just all over my skin were like these chemical burns.
Oh my God, Mike.
And it was really painful.
Did you tell her?
No.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't. Also like, I assume the essential oils belonged to your housemate.
Yeah, but
And
she told me to use it.
Yeah, a couple drops. And here you are. She goes to have a bath next time. She's like, what the fuck?
There's none left.
Hey, who used these? She comes out, Mike, you got a huge chemical burn on your face. Like, it wasn't me.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Must have been our other housemate. We don't have one. Oh.
I feel fine. I'm just gonna walk to the hospital. No reason. I hang out there. I can pick some up for you if you want more. I love that stuff.
Pick some up from the chemist on the way. Okay. So, yeah, okay, like a puppet, a finger puppet, a hand puppet.
Yeah. Poke him towards the microphone. The sock puppet was dressed in a Hogwarts school robe and had shaggy black hair, a pair of glasses, and a lightning bolt scar. It looked just like Harry Potter. Now, I'm going to go for a...
Do you want me to do this voice?
Oh, do you want to do the sock puppet? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Let's do
okay.
that.
All right. I'll do the sock puppet. Harry Potter and the boys will be right back. Excuse this interruption, teachers and students. Just a reminder that Derek is a disgrace to all wizards, and also hope you're enjoying book 3. If you are, definitely go and watch full videos over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Set them up, pop them on the TV, sit down with your dinner, watch Harry Potter and the Boys the same way you'd watch any other shows. That's exclusively available on the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. As well as that, if you like listening to me talk, you can hear my podcast, 20th Century Boy, wherever you podcast. It's the conversations you wish you were having about the stuff that nobody else cares about, and it's out every single Thursday. Go give it a listen. And if you like either of my shows, can you please give them a rating on Spotify, preferably 5 stars, although we do accept 4, but nothing under 4. Give them a ranking. It really helps out. I don't know, everyone always says it really helps out. I don't know how it helps out. I think it just looks good for the show. So do it. If you like the show, please do it. Bye. Hi, everyone.
The sock puppet squeaks.
And I guess we assume this is Harry doing a bit of...
We assume,
yeah. Hi, everyone.
The sock puppet squeaked. Obviously being voiced by Harry, talking in a loud voice.
I'm Socky Potter. I'm Socky Potter, your new best friend. If you see me around the school and have any questions, just ask me. I'd be happy to help.
The entire school looked agarp. A-G-A-R-P.
The classic.
The classic combination of
Agarp?
aghast and agape. Or no.
Aghast? Aghast? Yeah, aghast. Looked aghast. Aghast? I don't even know what the original word was.
There's aghast and there's also
Garp.
gape.
Mouths gaping?
Yeah.
'Cause
Agog.
what's agog?
You can look agog. Agog is when I think that is when you've literally just got your mouth open like a gog.
Because when I hear a garp, I imagine, like when it says the whole school looked agarp, I just imagine the whole school is like,
Yeah,
Like,
but
what
I
the
think that's because it looks like the word carp.
like
And
I'm
that's-
imagining a garp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, okay. Maybe.
The entire school looked like a carp. The entire school looked a garp. One student vomited, and another student actually contemplating suicide, but decided he didn't want to die virgin. So he hired a prostitute for the night and decided life was worth living after all. Well, that's a happy story.
That's a happy ending.
Eh? But they would have had to have the
Good.
prostitute would have been in the in the dorm room with them.
I guess, yeah. And it's like, you know what? After that, life is worth living.
Yeah.
That'd be 10 galleons. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Mamma mia.
Yours and mine. Oh, happy days.
No, like, that'd be 10 galleons.
Or
Or, yeah.
that'll be 10 galleons. What I've done will thanks myself. I become erase myself.
Okay,
Anyway.
cool, let's keep going. Or, no.
All right.
It was worth living because he got a prostitute. And that's another example of like when the book takes us on a quick sub journey and then takes us back to the action.
And the people, the neurodivergent listeners who have got will be loving this, I reckon.
Oh, how come?
Just because, I don't know, as in like we just go on
Tangents.
I feel like it's...
Incomprehensible.
Yeah, if you can't focus on one thing for 30 seconds, where are you,
Listen to
where are
this
you guys? Okay. Someone coughed, and then Harry nervously poked his head up and started talking to Socky. That's great, Socky. Wow, what a great audience you've got. I'm so glad we've got you. If I have any... I'm so glad we've got you if I have any questions. Actually, here's what I've been wondering for a while. Does your dick have a hole in it? In the squeak?
Which I think already Tom asked earlier in the book. But also, this is, you can tell Harry's like, oh, this is not the reception I thought this would get. Great,
Socky. Yeah, wow. I've got you for any questions. Actually, here's what I've been wondering. Does your dick have a hole in it? There we go. The kids will love that. You know. In the quick, squeaky high voice, Socky replied,
I wouldn't know, Harry. I'm a sock, so I don't have a dick.
Harry fake laughed and looked encouragingly at the school. Oh my God, Socky, you are so funny. Hey, what about those rumors that Monsieur Chargér is Mr. Chargér in disguise? Don't you think that's so stupid and impossible?
Of course it's impossible, Harry. You went to France yourself for the interview. You took me with you. And on some of the nights, you actually left me on your hand while you were debating because you said you wanted to explore and pretend it was someone else doing it for you.
Oh, that's enough, Socky. Thank you. Thank you, Socky. Round of applause for Socky, everyone.
Stop moving me towards there, Harry.
no.
Sorry, this is just now an ad lib. Stop moving me towards there, Harry. No, I just want to explore, Socky. No. Oh, okay.
You kind of like it now, don't you, Socky? Yeah. Yep, Socky, yep. Don't move.
All right, let's. I'll do the last line.
Sorry.
Because you said you wanted to explore and pretend it was somebody else doing it for you.
That's enough, Socky. Thank you, Socky. A round of applause for Socky, please, everyone. Round of applause. Harry interjected ejaculatorily while ejaculating from the pressure.
An interjection and an ejaculation.
That's enough, Socky. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Socky.
Thank you, Socky. Round of applause for Socky, please.
Round of applause. That would be good if someone was just on the side.
Yeah, doing DJ stuff.
Yeah. One student clapped, and another one rang his mum and asked if she could pick him up, but she said she was at a funeral, so she couldn't out of respect to the others. Do you mean this is the same kid that brings his mum off?
Last year,
Yeah.
It was like she's on night shift,
Yeah.
so she can't come in and
fair enough.
ring your dad.
Harry Potter said, "Okay, bye, Socky. See you around the school." And carefully, oh, sorry, there's no end of quotation
The
marks,
quotation doesn't end.
but you can tell you meant to. See you around the school, and carefully placed Socky into his pants. Then jokingly started making high-pitched screaming and coughing noise behind his hand, as if to be like, Socky hates being in there.
So Harry's just going,
Back-
and he's doing it behind his hand, like I think like this. Socky hates being in there.
but no one laughed. Which is unfortunate because it's very funny.
Yeah, but the chaos of what's going on and
Yeah.
the inappropriateness of it.
And really, when you think about, like, you're up there and there is, a couple hundred people watching you and, like,
tanking.
Harry's giving it his all. And they're all just like, we have to be here.
Yeah.
We're just silently watching. We don't like
Yeah.
this.
You'd know that because you did your comedy festival.
Exactly. That was my family. Like, oh, fuck. Fuck. Well, and I did that exact bit. I had a sock puppet down my pants. So
Oh, Sam, don't put me down there.
it's good stuff. Then the basketball music started again. And Harry screamed, "Hey-oh, I'm out of here. Get back to your dorms, quick. Anyone not in their dorms in 8 seconds gets the killing curse." Oh, by the way, could the owner of the black Nimbus 2001 parked outside the Great Hall? You left your lights on. Oh, your lights are on.
So it's oh, by the way, could the owner
Yes.
of the black Nimbus 2001 parked outside the Great Hall, your lights are on?
Smiley face.
So it's like,
lights are on.
It's like, usually it'd be like, could the owner of
Yes.
the Nimbus please turn your lights off or please move your car? It's like, your lights are on.
Yes. That's the difficulty we face every single day on this podcast. Anyway, and you've got 8 seconds to get to your dorm. Anyway, Professor Flitwick Jr. rushed out of the Great Hall muttering, the battery.
Like it's going to kill the battery of the broomstick. The battery. He rushing out. The
I don't know
battery.
why that really shocked me. I think I just immediately forgot what we were talking about, as usual. But that's so funny. And everyone looked at him, deep down knowing he was a bastard.
Bastard.
Harry did a pirouette and rollerbladed out of the room, counting down 8, 7, 6, 5.
I love that he's rollerblading and has a sock puppet.
Yeah,
It's just hilarious.
he's a cool
He's
teacher.
a cool teacher.
I gotta say,
High five for school's back. High five for school being back.
no, yeah, he doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah.
Trying to make it a positive experience for the kids.
bloody more than me
Oh,
and
we're
my
going to
teachers.
kill you if you're not in your room by 8 seconds.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
And
How
it
fun.
teaches you a valuable lesson when someone actually does die.
Yeah, and how fun school, running around.
Yeah.
Meeting deadlines.
That's true.
Yeah.
The students all screamed and rushed out of the Great Hall. There was pushing and shoving, and it really was everyone for themselves as they tried to make their way as quickly as possible to their dormitories for the wind-down debating sessions led by Professor O'Leary that had been added to the school curriculum this year.
Another, maybe one of Harry's initiatives.
Yeah.
I reckon we get a teacher and we get them all finish
yeah.
every day with an orgasm.
Yeah,
What a better way to end the day.
just then it being run by your elderly Irish man teacher.
Okay, everybody, whip your dicks out and
Swish and flick.
Swish and flick, wank them away.
Up and down and up and down. School curriculum come.
Curriculum.
Okay. As the boys made their way to the portrait of the fat lady, they heard the sound of stereotype French music.
Stereotype French
Not
music.
stereotypical.
What's stereotype French music?
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like
Yeah.
It's an accordion, but it's also strings.
Yeah.
I reckon it's
yeah.
got accordion and strings.
Yeah. Cool.
Does anyone hear stereotype French music? Said Luke. Stereotypical, but anyway, whatever. Or any of the boys, really. Said Luke, full stop. Or any of the boys, really. That's right, said Luke. Or any of the boys, really. I try to give them all a chance to talk a bit. So, that's the narrator
choose
saying,
your own
Luke, yeah,
adventure.
Luke or Tom. Or,
Any of them said it.
One
yeah.
of them said it. They ignored it, but the music got louder, and standing in front of the fat lady was a skinny man, Monsieur Chargér.
Ooh.
How dare you try to humiliate me like that in front of La School, he said. Oh, drop it, Mr. Charger. We know it's you, said Michael. It is not me. Monsieur Chargér replied.
It is not me, actually.
Oh, that is very funny. One time when I was much younger, we had like a bit of wood ran down the side of our house, and there was an old axe,
Yeah.
and it was right outside my sister's bedroom window. And this one was like 6,
Yeah.
and I went and I was like, "Cool, there's an axe," and I like went and grabbed it and I tried to chop it on a bit of wood, and then I looked up and my sister was just like staring at me from the window, like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh no!" And I ran back to the backyard and like jumped on the swing thing we had. And then Mum came out with my sister behind her. Mum stormed out going, "Sam," and I just said, "I wasn't playing with the axe." And Mum was like, "How'd you know I was going to say that?" And I was like,
Oh, someone was.
fuck.
Nah, someone was playing
Someone
with it.
was,
It was not
yeah.
me, though.
But
I came out for the same reason as you. I heard someone with the...
But my improvisational skills weren't as good back then.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was like, the axe. She goes, "How'd you know I was going to say that?" I was like, "Oh, God, she's got me."
Yeah.
And I think that's when critical thinking
Checkmate.
first, I was like, wow, you have to think about things. It's just a real story.
That's so funny.
I wasn't playing with the axe.
It is not me.
It is not me, Monsieur Chargér replied.
Because you'd think if it actually wasn't, he'd be like, "No, go. It's not. It's a
Yeah.
huge coincidence,
Yeah, yeah.
but I promise it's not me."
Yeah. This reminds me of Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo in The Simpsons.
That's such a funny gag. Mo,
Yeah.
I need your advice. See, I got
got
this
this
friend called
Joey
Jojo
Jr.
Jr. Shabadoo. That's the worst name I've ever heard. And then another guy runs out of the bar. "Ah."
And then Barney goes, "Hey, Joey Jojo!"
It's like when Homer gets kicked out of the bar and then a guy comes back in a suit
That's
and
what I was thinking
top
of.
hat and monocle, and he's like, "Hello, I'm Guy Incognito." It's like, "Homer, we know it's you. Homer? Who is Homer?" And they kick him out, and then Homer's outside trying to get back in.
Yes, even though I said Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo, I meant the guy incognito.
Both relevant
Both are
and
very-
both funny.
Yeah.
Both funny. We might put grabs in, we might not.
We might not.
You know what else it kind of reminds me of from The Simpsons? When Homer goes to the post office trying to intercept a letter he sent to Mr. Burns, and he's like, "Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me." "Okay, Mr. Burns, what's your first name?" "I don't know."
Oh, that's really funny.
Like, imagine someone being like, "What's your first name?" "I don't."
No. And he should know.
And another thing it reminds me of from The Simpsons
Yes.
is "Hello, Mr. Thompson. I think he's talking to you."
And these are relevant because there's no doubt that young Mike would have ripped this off one of those.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
It is not to be.
Me, Monsieur Chargér replied. "Yes, it is," said Tom. "It is not," Monsieur Chargér said. This continued for 3 hours, so the boys missed the evening debating session, which Tom was annoyed about, and also loud fucking sounds were coming from Hagrid's hut, which could be heard throughout the school. And it turned out Hagrid was having an affair with a fat lady. He had got a painting of him done so he could go and flirt with her. And finally, they were having a sex session.
Aren't they like right in front of the fat lady?
Yeah. But then they obviously, maybe she could go into his painting or something like that.
But it said the sound is coming from Hagrid's heart, but it says it's also coming from the painting.
Yeah, but
he got a painting of him made. Is
Yeah.
it like him standing in front of his hut?
Yeah, I don't know. No, what I was thinking was the fat lady has now moved and gone to
Oh,
Hagrid's
because
hut.
it's okay, gotcha.
That's what I'm
But
thinking.
but is it actually Hagrid, or is it like Hagrid?
Yeah.
the painting of Hagrid.
Yes, or
And we might never know.
we might never know.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon in the Wizarding world, the Mona Lisa is a magic painting, but she's been captured by the Muggles in a sense, and she has to pretend she's not moving.
Yeah, that's why her eyes move and they follow you around.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow. So it is really, yeah.
That scares me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to the Louvre.
Is that like the Louvre?
The Louvre. Isn't it the Louvre?
It's spelled like that, yeah.
Oh.
It's probably pronounced like that. I don't speak French. Yeah, well, I'm doing a very good job of it.
That's such a scary
Yeah.
thought. The Mona Lisa is a magical painting.
And that's why people are like, oh, her eyes follow me. They do actually follow you. Wow.
Oh my God.
Are you going to throw like a can of beans or tomato soup on the Mona Lisa or something? Or glue your hand to it?
I'm going to throw a can of Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get the podcast out there. Get the name out there.
Who knows? Maybe Hagrid's having an affair with the Mona Lisa.
So true. She's
Gotta
turning into Moaning Lisa. Am I right?
Actually, speaking of The Simpsons, you know how many episodes they've done parodying the name, like titles of episodes that parody Mona Lisa? There's
43.
I don't know, but there's like one called Moaning Lisa. There's one called Mo and Elisa.
Oh, that's good.
There's one called Mona and Lisa, I think, which is Homer's mum's name is Mona. Anyway, doesn't really matter. It's funny.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That is.
Okay. Anyway.
So Hagrid's having sex, the fat lady. They can hear it from the Hagrid's heart.
Yeah. Having
The
a
sounds
sex
are coming
session.
from the heart. So
Yeah.
Oh, fat lady, you're so fat, but always a lady. Hagrid painting mode. Oh, Hagrid painting mode could be heard saying. Oh, so he's
So it's the painting. So do you reckon Hagrid painting mode actually has the sex and then Hagrid watches it and like jerks off?
I think you've imagined that he goes into the painting.
Yeah. Like in Super Mario 64. You know how you jump into
Oh
the
my
paintings?
God, yes.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Why don't I remember that?
I don't know, because that's how you jump into the paintings to go into the
Yeah, but
different
I never
levels.
personally had that game. I must have played it at someone else's house.
Ah, there you go.
That's
The Bomb
crazy.
Battlefield.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, good game.
Well, you know what they say. The fat lady said, it ain't over till the fat lady...
That was really good.
That was quite good. The fat lady... singing. The fat lady was having an orgasm from all the pumping of his dick Hagrid painting mode was doing in her. What a great sentence that was. I think I did a pretty good job at that, considering. So the fat lady was having an orgasm from all the pumping of his dick Hagrid painting mode was doing in her. By the way, my name is Denise. Smiley face. Said the fat lady.
So that's, you know what? I like that, J.K. Rowling just calling her the fat lady and leaving her like that. This is a person.
Well, and everyone, you'd imagine there's a little plaque, portrait of the,
Yeah.
maybe it says Denise.
Denise lady,
Yeah.
a.k.a. the fat lady.
Yeah.
And also she's saying it ain't over till the fat lady sings. But she goes, it ain't over till the fat lady. Oh!
While she's orgasming.
Yeah.
Really good.
I wonder, yeah. Which, as we know, is what women do when they have an orgasm.
They all
just
sing.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen it myself. But
But you know.
Yeah.
You've heard about it.
yeah, I've heard about it.
By
So
the way,
she's
man,
my name's Denise.
also, I love the post-orgasm. By the way, my name's Denise. You would have thought maybe before all of that.
No, but I think maybe part of the appeal was, it's, they don't know each other's names and she's just
Yeah,
the fat
it's-
lady. And then when they have sex, she goes, by the way, my name is Denise.
Yeah. Call me Denise. Please call me Denise.
And she's smiley face, said the fat lady. My name's Rubius, said Hagrid. The boys witnessed all of that with Monsieur Chargér because they were standing in front of the painting of Denise. Oh,
So it was happening in Denise's painting?
but then maybe Hagrid's painting was still somehow, maybe Hagrid was still in his hut
Yeah.
having sex to her painting.
Yeah, maybe there's a glory hole.
Yeah. A magical glory hole. They're all magical.
Yeah, true.
And Harry Potter actually had to come to be like, Denise, while we appreciate you, it just isn't appropriate for you to be having sex with Hagrid painting mode in front of the kids. Please don't let it happen again. Also, if you ever want to flash your boobs to someone, I'm your man. Harry winked.
Yeah, that's a line I used to say to all the girls.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you ever did want to
Wanna
flash your boobs,
to someone, I'm
I'm
your
your
man.
man. Just flash them over here.
Wink.
No thanks, Mike. Hey, that's fine. I just said if you ever wanted to,
If you ever wanted to, I'm not saying.
yeah, if it pops into your mind, think of me.
Think of me.
Flash them up. I could never. No, don't worry.
So let's don't worry, but I am waiting on you because technically you've got the next line. If everyone flash your boobs, I'm your man. Harry winked.
Don't forget me.
Socky Potter said as Harry held him up to the fat lady.
Don't forget me.
Anyway, you boys okay? Harry looked at the boys. Then Harry looked at the boys. Then at Monsieur Chargér. Then back at the boys. Then back at Monsieur Chargér. Then back at the boys. Then back at Monsieur Chargér. Then at Denise, who looked at Harry, who looked at the boys. Then back at Monsieur Chargér, who was actually looking at the time. While the boys looked at Harry, who looked at Denise, who looked at Harry sexually, who then looked at his penis, which was pointing up at Socky, who was by Harry's side, and looking behind at something with his fake button eyes. And if Socky wasn't a sock puppet, he would have noticed a figure standing in the shadows, watching all of them. Cheeseman Damo.
Oh,
What? End of
that's
chapter.
deceptive.
That
That's
was
a
a-
really weird ending.
So they're all. So they're going, are you boys okay? And then they're looking, and then looking over here.
Yeah. And I guess one of Harry's hands is by his side with Socky still on it. And the narrator's like, Socky sort of looking behind. It's sort of like a nod for the audience. Like, in the shadows, lurking is Cheeseman Damo.
Yeah.
So it's like, is Cheeseman Damo... Is it like a double blind where we think Monsieur Chargér is the bad guy?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Cheeseman.
Maybe Cheeseman Damo's been.
Imperioed.
Maybe Cheeseman Damo is the puppet master,
Oh. Possibly.
pulling the strings.
The puppeteer?
Yeah, but yeah, puppet master.
The puppet master, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the term.
Yeah. Amazing.
Wow.
Check the title of the next Chappy Dappy, which is, by the looks of it. Ooh. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
That's because I was like, oh, that's not that person, and it's not.
It's not. It seems to be alluding to a staff member at Hogwarts that I don't believe we've met.
I don't believe we've met, but they might have been mentioned.
Were they mentioned? Or are you just saying like they might have been?
I think their role was mentioned.
Oh, really?
Someone, yeah, 100%.
In what sense?
Well, I don't want to. Someone, just they said a kid had to. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
That was it. What a chappy.
yeah, that was a great Chappy.
I like the sock puppet.
And as always, yeah, sock puppet, new characters, new mysteries, new journeys, everything fun.
Love it.
Everything fun and Denise and
That was, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
it's good to Hagrid's. I mean, but what about Madame Maxine?
Madame Maxine getting railed with her big tunnel pussy.
Yeah, but is it? But as in, is he just? He's just going with.
oh
that lady
yeah,
now?
maybe he's non-monog.
I just also love Hagrid painting mode.
Yeah,
He's a
like he
character now.
changes form
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
like an Animorph.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Hagrid, painting mode.
Yeah, did they say that on? Was that like that? Seems like Digimon.
Digimon or something.
Yeah.
Hey, as always, Instagram HPATB pod, TikTok HPATB pod, you know.
Wow.
At Sam Garlip on Insta, at radio.mike on Insta. And in honor of popular Australian TV show Thank God You're Here returning soon, we're going to end the show with a very brief Thank God You're Here. Sam, enter the door. Oh, thank God you're here. You're on in 3 seconds. Beep.
3 seconds.
Welcome to Newsline. Sam Garlip is your host. This is what's making news today.
Welcome to the news. My name is Sam Garb. The auto cue isn't on, but I can figure it out. A man who has been accused of holding up McDonald's with his penis has been brought to justice.
And Sam, we have some breaking news.
Yeah. Yes, we do. What is it?
It's about the stock market.
Oh no, the stock, they ran out. They ran out of stock.
It's over.
The market's out of stock.
That's the end of the episode.
Amazing, Sam. The way that you made the stock market appear like a real market that ran out of stock, genius.
Amazing. We'll be back after this break. Goodbye, Amoras. I just thought that would be funny. We can cut that if you want.
No.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Harry Potter and the Boys. If you want to listen to more of me, head over now to 20th Century Boy, the conversations you wish you were having about the stuff that no one else cares about. This week, we're talking about the Barbie movie and the Barbie Girl song by Aqua. Did you know that Mattel, the company that manufactures Barbie, actually sued Aqua for making this song? Hear all about it over on 20th Century Boy. Now, otherwise, we'll see you next week. Bye. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.